Gennady Golovkin's promoter, Tom Loeffler, has said, watching from ringside, that he doesn't believe Danny Jacobs was hurt when Gennady dropped him in the 4th round. I'm going to quote Tom Loeffler directly. He says, Gennady dropped him, but you could tell Danny wasn't hurt from the punch. End quote. Personally, watching the fight at the time, I felt like Danny Jacobs was hurt when he went down in the 4th round. But when they showed the replay, it actually looked like he wasn't hurt. And that he was it was a genuine knockdown, don't get it twisted, but he was kind of bundled to the floor. His legs kind of got tangled up by the ropes and he went down. And yeah, as I say, watching it on replay, I don't think he was actually hurt. He definitely a good shot, definitely a genuine knockdown, but it wasn't a crisis situation for him. He seemed to be very, very lucid and clear-headed. And as the fight went on, he certainly wasn't gun shy of getting in the pocket with Triple G and exchanging. So I'm going to leave you with some more quotes here. One from Triple G. He says, I couldn't destroy him. He is a very clean, very good fighter. It is my first test for 12 rounds. This is a sport. I am a boxer. I am not a killer. I respect his game. So those are the words of Gennady Golovkin, heaping praise on Danny Jacobs. Now, we know there's a lot of controversy around the scoring of this fight. But from everything I've seen of Golovkin, okay, he hasn't come out and said that I didn't deserve the win, but he's certainly been very respectful of Danny Jacobs. And I have to respect that. He said, look, Jacobs was a great fighter. He was difficult. His movement was very good. He's very skillful. He's fast, so on and so forth. So I got to respect the way that Golovkin is showing his opponent the proper respect, because nobody has tested him like that before. Nobody's made it so difficult for him like that before. Normally, he's able to walk through guys. You know, he's able to break them down. With Danny Jacobs, he wasn't able to do that. Apart from the 4th round knockdown, he never even looked close to stopping Danny Jacobs. His pressure wasn't getting to Jacobs. You know, people were talking about why Golovkin wasn't applying so much pressure, because he was in there with a guy who is much more athletic, skilled, and big and strong than he's used to. He's not used to getting in the ring with guys who weigh 180 pounds on fight night, who can punch, and they're fast, and they're taller, and they've got a reach advantage. He's not used to all that. So Golovkin was kind of timid a little bit, you know, more timid than we're used to. And I don't think people should be shocked by that he wasn't just going in with reckless abandon, because he felt some of those shots that Danny Jacobs tagged him with, and he was like, you know what, I can't afford to take the risks that I took with guys like Kell Brook, for example. And again, people are so horrified. A lot of the Triple G fanboys are horrified by Danny Jacobs coming in at 180 pounds, you know, complaining about size. Well, they weren't complaining about size when Triple G just took on a welterweight in Kell Brook. So let's put things in perspective. Anyway, just a short video. So let me know what you thought about Tom Loeffler's comments here. Was he right? Was he wrong? Do you think Danny Jacobs was hurt when he went down? Yes or no? And the reason why I bring this up is kind of to talk about Golovkin's power, because I, you know, going into the fight was thinking that Danny Jacobs' chin is suspect and Golovkin is a very good puncher. And if Jacobs gets tagged by Golovkin and goes down, it'll probably get finished off. So if there was anything that did kind of surprise me in the fight, it was the fact that Jacobs was able to climb off the canvas the way he did and survive relatively easily. And that he was able to actually trade in the pocket with Golovkin, take more Golovkin shots later on in the fight, and wasn't intimidated by it. Wasn't particularly hurt by it, you know, aside from the knockdown, which, you know, Loeffler doesn't even believe Jacobs was hurt there. And I guess that may be something to do with the weight, that he was able to take those shots. But still, he's always been a big guy, Danny Jacobs. You know, how big was he when he fought Dmitry Pirog? I'm sure he wasn't small, but yet Pirog cleaned him out, you know? So, I don't know. Let me know what you feel about that whole situation. Were you surprised that Jacobs was able to take the shots as well as he did and go toe-to-toe with Golovkin and all that? Do you think he was hurt in the 4th round or not? Do you think Golovkin's power is maybe overrated? Let me know what you think. It's happening. I'm out.